I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sorry says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at itsorry@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/VinandSorry. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sorry and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed, or y'all shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
And not show up to our stream.
Yeah.
So the birthday boy, I think, is still partying. That's my theory. The birthday boy is the man, the myth, the legend, Revo himself, and I believe he is still partying. No judgments here. We're only here for the music.
Yep.
So we're gonna hang out for a little bit, do an Ask Me Anything. We could talk about Korea. And then we're gonna get into it once the birthday boy shows up. But we figured leaving you guys on the wait screen
Was boring,
and we didn't want you guys to leave us, to be honest with you. So, what's going on? Ask us some questions.
Yes.
Go for it. We are here.
Here we are. And we have drinks.
We got a lot of crazy stuff planned for folks. There is currently a. You guys should all go to Patreon. There's a free version.
There's a number of posts that we put up that are free. One of those being, if you want to know what's going to be played, what streams are coming up, then you can jump on over there and peek into that anytime you want. But if you're like, you know what, it's really hard for me to remember to go, I'd rather have a notification, then jump onto the $1 tier, because if you're on the $1 tier, that'll give you the notification. So anytime that I update that board, it asks me, do you want to send a notification to everybody? And I always click yes. So if you're on that tier, you'll get the notifications.
Yeah, there you go. You'll get the notifications for that tier. But the other thing is, right now, I'm about to watch a movie with the patrons, and we're voting on which ones that we want to see. Mm-hmm. So I think right now, it's I think Pulp Fiction's in the league. Pulp Fiction, I think, is currently in the lead.
Is that a movie or a show? Or?
Yeah, apparently it's a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's pretty popular.
Okay.
So I don't know. I've never seen it before, but it's one of those things that has like a cult classic, cult following type shit. Mm-hmm. So there you go. We got 16 people on X or Twitter. Shout out to y'all. You guys can also participate in the Ask Me Anything. So go and do that. That's good as well. Look at all these questions flowing in. Come on, losers. Ask the questions.
Yes, I'm actually gonna post this to Patreon.
Do me a favor and go to YouTube.
Okay.
because I want to see what they're seeing right now.
Okay. Here you go. Here you go.
There we are.
There you are.
What's the last message you see? Yeah, see?
What?
That's more than the messages that I saw. So read some of those off.
Okay, let me just finish posting this to Patreon, okay?
Nope.
Don't post it to Patreon? Okay. Alright, Pony says, why don't you love me anymore, Vin and Sorry?
I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
That's
no clue.
That's because...
Okay, now you can do it. Alright, so let's see. Let's see. Revo, where are you? I want to talk to Vin about the Beatles. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to hear the new Mesa album this year and be able to hear that on your playlist? I'm real. It's a 9.5. I really liked that Mesa record, and I'm super stoked that the Imperishable Flames have decided that you guys are going to do the entire record. We've done a couple, like when you listen to entire records, it's cool because you really truly get kind of where the artist was going, what they were trying to accomplish. So I'm pretty hyped about that. So yeah, no. And I genuinely love that song. That song to me was incredible.
Which song?
Mesa.
Oh, ooh, that was a good... Mesa wasn't the name of the
Yeah,
song?
Mesa.
Mesa was the band, I thought.
Yeah, Mesa was the band.
Yeah. And the song
like
was
horse
like
races or in the races or something like that.
Yeah, that was such a good song.
You can get the remote now.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm actually legitimately insanely excited about that. You can watch the movie. Can I watch the movie? I'm basically a patron. Ben, have you? Yeah, you did. You did anybody that's ever. Yeah, you can watch it. The Last of Us is second place. Get the votes in. Can we watch a movie called SpongeBob? Yes, Joe, you can watch SpongeBob if it gets the votes. Samuel Jackson is on Pulp Fiction. Vin, can you look me in the monitor and tell me the Beatles are the greatest band of all time? I cannot do that. Because that's corn. I actually asked 2 questions. I am guessing many people have already asked, but we will be reacting to Caramel by Sleep Token. I'd love your thoughts on it. What's up, Maggot the Slayer? Yeah, if somebody sets that up in one of their DJ streams or does a one-off, we will definitely listen to it. Soraya is a big Sleep Token fan, so it all depends. Hello, I'm new here. Been listening to your reaction for a couple years. First time on live. Thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate you. Dead ass. I tried to get Vin and Sorry to react to complete album years ago. I guess I'm not white enough to respond to. What's up, Jet? Good to see you. It's 3 of us in the flames. Gonna do that album. There will be other songs as well. It's Middle Earth, Negative Vibes, and me. That sounds like a colossal lineup. Let me know when that's supposed to happen.
Guys, our March Madness thing is done now. And Revo won. So Revo got a song added to his stream tonight.
Yeah.
On behalf of us, to thank him for participating and really to thank all of you guys for taking part in the March Madness thing. The March Madness thing was
we raised over $200, and so we can help people.
Yeah,
and that's
really
the
cool
idea.
because it opens up an opportunity for us to kind of pool together a little bit of money while still being able to do something fun. And then throughout the year, when we've come across, sometimes villagers are in need of some assistance. And so we've been able to help people out that way. So it's all of us helping each other. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not very happy that my bracket lost. But perhaps I'll do better next year. Maybe Vin can help me pick the bracket next year.
Hoppity hop over my message. What's Amy's message? We could totally play my lovely song by Holy Name while waiting for the bad boy. Or not.
All right, let's see. It's $9.50.
Yeah. Let's give him 5 more minutes.
I took a bite of my chicken out there. It's really good.
Can you please... Can you please remind me how to push my song for a reaction? I want you to listen to more video game soundtracks. That Doom Eternal reaction was fire. Yeah, that it like we say it kind of in the intro. 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be part of an alliance. You don't be a part of a group. The minute that you do, once you do 3, then they go down to $75. So that is the simplest way to get your song reviewed. Another way to get your song reviewed is to join an alliance and then basically campaign for your particular song to get the notification it deserves. Do me a favor and pass me that remote control, por favor.
Yep. Well,
Dwayne has a question for you, Sori.
Oh, God, what is it?
Dwayne has a question for Soria. I'm extremely excited for this question.
All right, Dwayne. I'm ready for it. This is going to be one of those, like...
Don't hold back, Dwayne!
When did you stop beating your wife questions?
Yeah.
I just know it. Go ahead.
Yeah, why are you so racist?
Exactly.
Why did you steal all the natives' land?
Why are you so white? Why are you... Yeah. Whose land are you...
Welcome in, new people!
Sleeping on?
I'm kind of new, too. Shout out to Chris Scott. The other thing that people do is... Not necessarily alliances, but what they'll do is, if they have the same interest, they'll just go in on a song or two or a DJ Scream together. So there's just a bunch of ways to make it happen. I'm trying to find ways to, find excuses to make it happen for people. And so, there's a lot of ways to make it happen, y'all. For real. For real.
Okay, so Ben wants to know, why is Vin so white? That he thinks that's a legit question. And
I don't know, bro. I'm
still waiting for Dwayne's question.
I've never had anybody accuse me of being white before, so I don't know. Maybe I should feel good about that.
Okay, I need to know how many people have ordered something off of Amazon, and within a week, you get fraud on your card and have to shut it down, call the bank, that whole thing. Does that happen to anybody else? Or does it just keep happening to me?
Is the Doom Eternal song the only video game song that you've reacted to? I am not sure. No, we did an entire album. That one, that was like the song of the year for me in 2021.
Okay.
The Don't Turn Your Back on the City one.
Oh,
that was based on Mega Man.
But I thought that was...
I forgot the name of the band, but the entire thing was based on Mega Man, I'm pretty sure.
It started with a P?
Yeah.
Protomen?
The Protomen. Good job. Mashallah tabaraka. Good for you.
Aha. Okay, so it's Dwayne's question has now been posted. Sorry, why are you so mean to my Beatles? All they promote is love and fellowship. Do you hate that? It's a valid question. Dwayne,
valid indeed, Dwayne. Talk that shit, Dwayne.
I love the love and fellowship sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I can get a little... But on the side, I do like it. It's just that some of the ways that they put the sound out there just sounds so like brown suits and weird 70s shoes. But in music.
Brown suits and weird 70s shoes.
Yeah.
Only in music. Okay. All right.
What can I say? What happened?
What do you want to do? I'm having fun talking to folks, but at some point. I really want your reaction to Devil May Cry OST, especially the Bury the Light song. I can make a village call to see if people,
Well, pause for a second so we need to confer.
We're going to have a standby, so we're going to talk about you guys.
Yeah.
While you guys are there.
But that means he doesn't have an issue.
Does anybody know Revo?
Sounds so random. Dwayne said that he usually answers him quicker than he answers us. So
Okay, Dwayne, call Revo.
he already was reaching out to him,
This is this man's birthday.
and Revo snubbed him.
Revo revoked him. Huh? See what
Yeah.
I did? Revo revoked
Revo.
him? Yeah, his name is Revo. Revo revoked him. Revo is a person in whose honor we're doing this entire
This
stream.
year's stream.
So he has decided to stiff us all. So I really don't know what to do at this point because I don't want to, it's the man's birthday. He's been a great villager.
Yeah.
And we're still doing Ask Me Anything, so you guys have been pretty good participating. Twitter Roddy, X people, ask us some questions. We know you're there. What?
Amy, we weren't going to say it, okay? I'm just going to ask you to revoke that comment.
I mean, the man really enjoys Korea. So, it's like, what was it, like 11 o'clock or something over there? What was the time over there?
Let's ask Siri.
We asked...
You know what? We're not going to ask Siri. She never listens.
We asked Siriana.
Whoa, what is this? Ooh, okay. Hold on. Here we go. I am going to find out. And if I don't go quickly enough, I know Amy's going to come back with the answer. What time is
Well, it was like 11
in
something, right? When we were talking to him?
Korea? No, 8 o'clock in the morning.
It was... No,
The
I thought it
first
was
time.
11.
The first time.
No, it was like 8 o'clock when we asked him, right?
It's 11 o'clock a.m.
It's 11 a.m. I mean, you should be up by that time.
I
right?
mean, we originally talked to him at 8 o'clock in the morning. Or something like that. Yep. Did you, zoom this in or something?
Why, you don't like it?
I do not.
All right.
The lady... What does that say? The lady
Doth protest.
protest.
The lady doth protest.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. It's just...
Guys, where are the questions? Give us some questions, dear listener. Where are the questions? I'm surprised that you haven't reacted to Bury the Light. It literally is one of the best video game metal songs ever. Greetings from Latvia, by the way. Gang, gang, gang.
Oh.
Soraya, I'm going to tell
mean,
your story. Go for it.
What? No, I spent some time over there a little bit.
She spent some time in Latvia.
A small bit of time, but
What do you-
I don't know any Latvian.
Say something.
But yeah, well, this is part of the issue, is I know Russian a little bit, like a couple of words, but some people find that offensive, so I'm not trying to offend the people. Привет!
Привет!
Как дела?
Доставание!
Здравствуйте! Я люблю Иисуса!
I am certain that if we did one of those ancestry things that you would be like Russian.
There's some Russian in there.
There's got to be some Russian in there. Okay, here's a question. If mayonnaise... Okay, I'm not even going to finish that disgusting sentence. Why don't you do our stream before he shows up? I'll send you money on Patreon.
Hey, speaking of, actually, we have Evil Pear is planning on doing a show series coming up. He's been on Patreon for a couple of months, stacking up the dough to be able to pay for those streams. And we're going to be doing two shows per week and reacting to it. So keep in the know if you want to know about that. That's another
Are we
thing.
Announcing what show it is?
To be honest with you, I don't even believe
He
I know what
hasn't
the
even
show
told
is.
us what
I'm
the
not
show
even sure
is.
I know what it is.
I guarantee you it's going to be some like horror. You know how it should go.
I mean, his name is Evil Pear.
Yeah, it's Evil Pear.
Who makes pears evil?
Okay, listen. I really don't want to start very, very, very late.
That's why I'm saying, should we reschedule?
I'll do it. Well, let's just do an Ask Me Anything for another hour.
Okay.
Revo, I'm doing my best, baby. And if he doesn't show in an hour, we'll just say that that's Allah saying that we need to reschedule Revo's birthday, and he's already enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the big homie Revo.
All right.
Hey, villagers, the trailer for my first movie is out. Watch King... Oh, wait a second. No, we can actually watch the trailer right now, bruh.
Which trailer?
Dwayne has a trailer.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
For what now?
What? Look at his face. What is his face, Amy?
Oh, my gosh.
That dude looks mad as funk. He looks mad as funk. Look at this. You know, at the end of the day, guys, it's a Friday night. You know, you guys could do worse than hanging out with your two favorite YouTubians, right? Well, you're YouTubers. You guys are YouTubians. We're YouTubers. There's a little bit of a difference.
That's pretty much what I looked like when I woke up this morning. And how I felt.
That's a damn lie. That is a damn lie. Soraya did not look like that when she gets up. Impossible.
I immediately, when I opened up my phone, I saw some things I had to take care of. So I screenshot them, sent them to Vinny. He was like, "Good morning." I was like,
oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but if I don't send these screenshots, I'm going to forget.
Yeah. I told you to send one of them.
And then I proceeded to, okay. Let's see.
What is this?
It's just different questions that we can...
Prank call the pleats again for a nice throwback. Look for me getting jumped by Ben Foster in the jail cell about... Ben Foster! Ben Foster is one of Sori's favorite actors. You remember that
How can it be my favorite? Why do you say these things? I don't even know who the man is. Ben
What?
Foster. There's only one.
You remember Hell or High Water?
Yeah.
About those two brothers?
Yep.
That's the one. That's him. He's also in Lone Survivor. Dwayne is in the movie, like, with this dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, real shit. He's in
that's pretty cool, but he's not one of my favorite actors.
You literally said Ben Foster was one of your favorite actors. What are we doing here?
I did?
Yes. What's wrong with you? What is it? What is the title of the movie again? King Ivory.
I don't remember saying that, so I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm sure I said it at one time or another.
I mean, hey, it's all Gucci. It's all Gucci.
You remember the one that was like, it was like a romantic thriller, psychological thriller?
Gone Girl?
No, the wife had red hair.
It was the wife had red hair?
I'm telling you that AI I'm not sure if it's good or bad for relationships.
How?
Sometimes, like, you know so much stuff that you're almost like an AI, but you're not. So there's a lot of times where I'm just like, I'm just going to look this up on AI. So it kind of takes it off your back.
I've been telling you to look your own stuff up and do your own research since like before we were together.
It was just too much to like have to dig through all of the, is this real? Is this fake? You know.
Allahu Akbar. Okay. All right. Oh, did he message you?
No.
Oh.
What's the psychological, I think, romantic thriller? The girl has a red hair and I don't even know. Maybe her husband kills her in the end. I'm not really even sure. That was a spoiler. Let me not tell you guys anymore.
What are you doing? Like I have.
And I feel like that the husband plays like maybe a Spider-Man or character or something like that.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
I don't know.
I said that was my favorite actor.
Wait.
Jake Gyllenhaal was my favorite actor.
Wait, and the redheaded girl is the same one that plays in that cartoon Real People Enchanted or something like that film that goes from cartoon to real people. She has red hair, dances around and sings. I wasn't even hitting the record. The redheaded girl, I think, plays in the movie Enchanted.
This is the greatest instrumental of all time. So beautiful. Yes, I'm downloading it now.
Okay.
Okay, so Pony has reached out to Revo, and Revo has been a bit delayed in responding to Pony. So, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. But
No, that's not.
Revo, you know we love you, baby. When you see this, Revo, you're gonna be like, okay, man, like they went to war for me.
No, the lady has red hair and not blonde hair. I'm gonna go to Gronk.
Is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Oh. Nocturnal Animals?
Yeah, that's Nocturnal Animals. That's her and Jake Gyllenhaal. That's exactly the movie I thought you were talking about.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, so I did know that movie, actually.
See? This is what I'm talking about.
But I said that was her and Jake Gyllenhaal, right? Jake Gyllenhaal is the husband.
Yeah, but I don't know his name, so I couldn't have said.
So that's your favorite actor?
No, now I'm not sure. Maybe it's that I liked her acting. I'm not sure. And here comes the food. Where are you, Revo? You said for us to eat when we were going to eat.
Oh my goodness, that looks tasty. Where's mine?
You said that you didn't want yours heated for some weird reason?
Yeah, because I was rushing to get to.
Sayla, I'm so sorry.
I was rushing to get to Revo.
You can get Johan to heat this one. Okay, just bring that
I'm a bad
out.
person. I'm rushing to get to the guy. What do we mean?
Well, I mean, Allah did what he did. Can you just bring that bag out with you, honey? Or send
so
Johan
Revo, we're blaming God for this, bro. As if we blame God over this shit.
What can be done?
Okay, hey, blame God. That's blame God, blame Canada.
Blame Canada?
All right, guys. Real shit, though. Real shit. One of our people is an actual movie star, like real,
we watching that?
real Holyfield, like real live movie star, and he has done some really cool stuff. This is a trailer, and the name of this movie is called King Ivory. Okay.
King Ivory.
So King Ivory is the name of this movie and the trailer, and our guy is literally in it. I am not playing around. It's serious. Vin, please finally explain the King Licorice thing.
Why
okay.
you didn't explain it?
I might explain the King Licorice thing if people type 5,782 in succession. I might explain King Licorice, but I don't know. I might not. Here we go. Here's the King Ivory trailer from our famous person. Dwayne, let's do it.
They want the next generation. And the next generation wants what's new.
What is this?
You know, the rain falls on the just and the unjust the same.
43 dead migrants were found on 169. Also found at the scene, uncut raw fentanyl. Holt Lightfeather and Ramon Garza
Zoe,
control all the fentanyl in and out of this state.
You know, the fentanyl, it's just the Wild West out here.
Haha, that's our guy.
When you get out, I'm gonna send you someone who'll walk you through it.
What's going on with Jack? I don't know, man. These kids today, something ain't right.
El sueño americano te espera, pero no es fácil.
How's that for sending a message?
People are dropping like flies. I don't want you to be one of them.
Their lives depend on it. I've come to intimately understand what we're up against.
We'll never win this war.
Back door!
Are you a doctor?
Veterinarian's assistant. He's gonna hurt.
No, whoever else you put out there, I'm gonna put him down.
You can't prepare for this. I just can't believe what we do every day is for nothing. I owe it to my kid. I owe it to the people who can't help themselves.
Looks like my type of movie, too. Allahu Akbar. Oh my gosh, Sarai, you killing me, dog.
Please pass me a towel from
After
the back
all of that
I know.
back.
There's nothing that can be done. Sayla, please pass me a towel from the back of my...
I'm telling you, that's our guy. One of our guys is an actual, like, bona fide movie star. He was in there. Your initials are GG? Dwayne, I don't want to, out you and stuff. But yeah, man, that's our guy. That's our guy, big homie Dwayne in this bitch. I'm very, very, very happy to hear it. The guy who got piano wired in the cell, right? Yeah.
Wait, so Dwayne was in this film? I know he was in the.
Yeah, he was getting beat up by Ben Foster. He's getting piano wired by that would never happen in real life. Ben Foster's like 142 pounds and shit. Dwayne, why don't you come on and talk to us about this wonderful situation? Maybe we could test out our Zoom capabilities, inshallah.
So he was in. Remember how there was a show series?
Yeah,
he was in first.
What?
Dwayne was in.
What was the show series, Dwayne?
Was that Smoke Signals?
No, that's the movie that they want us to watch.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, I cannot believe it. Literally, we cleaned our entire room, moved stuff out, like washed the carpet down, everything, and I literally just dumped that entire glass of milk onto this carpet.
Reservation Dogs.
Yeah. That's
hey, Middle Earth, gang. What's up, baby? Yeah, the other thing about the movie that I like is it looks like it's trying to say something. Like it's a current event movie, and it looks like it's actually trying to say something. You know, the fentanyl crisis, all that jazz. DJ AT in this bitch. What's up, DJ AT? Fentanyl crisis, which is going all across the country, killing folks. So I really like that. You know, I like that. It looks like it's trying to say something. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Shout out to the big homie Benji. Dwayne. Hey, Middle Earth in the house. I'm so happy to see you, baby. We're out here waiting for the birthday boy. We've been waiting for close to an hour. And we're going to keep waiting because I'm trying my best to not skip him, you know? Because it's his birthday, you know? I'm trying not to pack it in. But yeah, I can't believe that we actually we got a bona fide movie star in our midst, as they say. Hey, you guys watch Reservation Dogs yet, by the way? No, we haven't. Everybody say what's up to Director AT.
We did see that one
episode. Middle is here.
Middle's here. Oh, hi, Middle.
Just gave them a wonderful profile. Good. That's nice. Tell the world. 4 children, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta salvage the moment, damn it. 4 children.
Listen.
You just won the genetic lottery. That's all. Well, I won the genetic.
Yeah, it worked out for you.
It worked out very well for me.
Okay, so this is gonna sound. I just need to tell you guys because it's so ridiculous. But it's actually poor timing now that you just announced that. I'll wait and I'll tell you guys halfway through the stream.
What? You talking about the IC? Go ahead, do it.
So we already had like this half a gallon or whatever that's called of ice cream in the freezer. But I didn't like the flavor of the vanilla because it gave me bad memories. And so I bought other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah.
And you haven't really touched it either.
Also true.
Yeah. And we both really liked that flavor.
Also
first
true.
Tried it.
You used to make me milkshakes out of that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can make it. Well, you can't make a milkshake tonight because there's no ice cream. Tell the people why.
No, there is that ice cream. But anyway, so I really, really like this ice cream from Aldi. It's like very limited on ingredients. And so it's a vanilla ice cream, and they also have these chocolate Teddy Grahams. Not the Teddy Grahams from Walmart, because those are not very good, but the ones from Aldi. And this week alone, in 4 days, I just didn't stop eating the ice cream. And like every time I was not eating it, I just wanted to eat more. And I was eating so many of these chocolate Teddy Grahams. And like, it was just a lot. It was a lot of food. And Vin was like, he went to go get some ice cream. And I was like, I ate it all, Vin. I just ate it all. And he was like, he was a little disappointed, but he was like, oh, it's okay, you know, whatever. And then I was like, I'm going to have to confess to him. I said, it's worse than this, Vin. And he was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I know. I saw how much was left in the container. And I was like, no, I bought 2 containers 4 days ago. And so I literally ate 2 half gallons of ice cream in 4 days. including an entire box of Teddy Graham cookies.
I love you unconditionally.
And I was not satisfied. I wanted a lot more. So.
I love you unconditionally.
And if it wasn't so much trouble, I would have had another half gallon today. As a trouble to get it.
I would send dollars for a song review if you're so inclined. How do you feel about that? I mean, we're waiting for Revo. It's his day.
I mean, why not? While we're waiting. I think it's a good idea. If he wants to, if Middle has something ready he wants to do, and while we're waiting, we do that.
Well,
but you're saying, what if we start doing that and Revo shows up in 5 minutes?
Well, Amy and friends have already, because I put it up there. That's why. Okay, so Amy has already put in, because she's got a stream scheduled for Sunday. So, Amy, what do you want us to do? Because I don't want to leap. I definitely don't want to leapfrog Revo, but I did say we're going to stay till 11 at least. So, what do you want to do? I don't have a problem doing your songs, but I don't know if you guys wanted to schedule it for Sunday. What do you want to do, Amy?
I don't think doing a bunch of songs is a good idea. Because he's obviously going to wake up at some point. And then we'll be halfway through her stream. Unless she doesn't care going
No, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking her. Because, like, the thing is if he wakes up.
Yeah. And, like, it's like around 11:15 over there, I guess. Right now. So
yeah, so I'll just let you call the play, Amy. You know what I mean? Just doing my best to make sure everybody's covered, everybody's good. Do one song of mine. Okay, we'll do one song of yours. Okay, so it was first come, first serve. So Middle, we will do your song after we do Amy's song, inshallah. Actually, Middle, hold off on sending the money. Okay, hold off on sending the money. Here's what we'll do. We'll do Amy's, and if our friend is not there, then we'll go with yours. I don't want you to send any money, and then Revo shows up. Revo shows up, and then that doesn't happen. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So hold off on sending that, please, 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 please. Okay, it's one song. We're gonna do it, and then after that, we'll
decide what we're gonna do after that.
Decide what we'll do after that. By the way, guys, does Middle? Do you have an iPhone or a regular phone? That's number one. Number two, when you guys send stuff on PayPal, you know how it says, like, is this for business or is this, like, for friend or whatever?
Friends and family.
Try the friends and family thing. Hey, can you get me some black pepper on these things?
The green peppers?
Yeah, you got a black
beans.
father,
Yeah.
bro. You feel me?
Oh, I thought it already was on it.
I need some spice.
It looks like it was on it.
Okay, so Middle, send all monies to the iPhone directly, but
Through Apple Cash, he means.
yeah, I literally gave Sori a screenshot tutorial for the PayPal thing like a couple
Yeah,
years
he
ago.
did. Ben did. Yeah. He did.
I love how much Ben's just like, you're an idiot. I said this to you a year ago. You dummy! What's wrong with you? Oh, God. All right. Vin, send me money, too. Send me money. Send me green. Okay. We're gonna do Amy's joint.
Did you already download it?
It's downloading as we speak.
Okay, perfect.
So I don't want to shortchange anybody. You know? Yes! Yes, Pinky!
Is Revo here?
No. Look at the look.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I should text him. I'd be like, listen, bitch.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do that though.
Let him know after.
I want to keep those lives separate. I want to keep those lives separate. All right, guys, here we go. Timestamp this so we can put this on there. See? Look at this. Timestamp mania.
Yep.
We've been completely brainwashed by what's his face.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, here we go.
Wait, hold on.
We're at 1 hour.
Hold on.
Let's do 1 hour and 1 minute
What is going on?
for the timestamp. We should listen to that song. I might add seeing as Vin and Sorry already viewed it years ago.
Okay, so give me that again.
Evil Pear in the house. Hey, Evil Pear, what?
Yeah, what show series
What
is
show are we watching so that we can promote it, damn it? You know? Alright, guys. Franco in the house. What's up, Internal Fire? Good to see you, baby. Alright, so we got to go 1 minute. So 1 hour, 1 minute, and 40 seconds.
And what's the name of the song?
All right, guys. This is Holy Name is the name of the band. Fall on Your Knees is the name of the song. And this band is pretty awesome. And if you know anything about Vincent, you will know why I'm very, very excited to see this band. Did you get the lyrics?
Nope.
Por favor, jam up the lyrics, please. All right, here we go. Holy Name, Fall on Your Knees. Let's go. Is it supposed to start like this? Like all dark and shit, Amy? Or do I need to re-download this? Yeah, I think I need to re-download it. Look at that. It can't be all dark like that. There's no way. It's like an official video or something like that.
All right, well...
These things always happen to me. It's always happened to me.
So glad I wasn't the downloader.
You were... Yeah.
Anyway.
Talk to the people.
So, nobody has any questions?
Yeah, I don't think anybody has any questions for us.
Can you imagine if we were, like, in the room with you guys? How awkward that would be?
They don't care. They don't care. They don't care.
So if we ever do a, like, meet and greet, hang out, you guys will just sit there and expect us to...
We were supposed to do, like, a village link up in, what do you call it?
Mm-hmm.
People weren't interested. Nah, people were interested. They don't care. They don't want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try this again. What's on the menu tonight? I have... You know, this is funny. Revo actually commanded us to eat on this live.
Yes, literally. And he told us to eat fried chicken. I had burgers and hot dogs for the grill tonight. And he was like, I need you guys to eat fried chicken. I was like, okay. And then I was going to cook it. But honestly, I did not feel like doing that at all. And then Vin was like, why don't we just order KFC? Which I don't really like KFC. So I first did like one of those searches to find like the best fried chicken. Okay, I asked ChatGPT. And then I got
it's always ChatGPT.
I got a bunch of answers. And I went with the one that gave me the highest rating. To be honest with you, KFC had a 2.3.
What?
A 2.3.
Oh
this
my
place
God.
had a 4.5, and 5 is as high as you can go. So I was a little... wasn't sure like how it was going to be, but we're in the South, so like, my gosh, they should be able to do some fried chicken here. And it is really good.
It is good. I ain't going to lie. I think it's a tad better than KFC.
A tad better?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You should have tried this when it first got here.
You always think that. You think that if the thing is like hot, that like...
When it's all fresh?
Yeah. Like there are certain foods that are better as they age, you know?
As they age?
Yeah. Like steak. There are certain steaks. They age the steaks, like literally.
Yeah, but it just sounded funny because like this is already pre-cooked food and it's just sitting there aging. Nobody would... Like, it sounds gross.
Wow, okay. As if.
It was... Well, I worked in food... You worked in food service,
ignorance.
too.
The ignorance. The jahil.
It was cute, all right? What can I say?
The jahil.
And why is Evil Pear ignoring us for our question?
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to tell us because I think it probably is going to be some scary shit. It's going to be scary.
And we're going
I
to
can
have to
tell
watch
already.
the whole thing?
Yeah, we're going to have to watch the whole damn thing. What do you mean? He knows what he's doing, little evil bat. He's literally, the guy's name is Evil Pear.
I know. Then what could be expected? We can't expect anything less of him.
Nope.
But to be evil?
And be, a pear,
A pear to how? Anyway. Well, I'm going to get a new timestamp when that comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ben, have you ever seen The Exorcist?
The Exorcist? Mm-hmm. No, but I do know that the girl's head spins around. I don't know if that's a spoiler. But that's like a big famous moment in that play. I mean that movie.
Yeah.
Alright, this one should work. Alright guys, here we go. 106.38, babe. 106.38.
I need a napkin. Oh, you have some beside you, don't you?
Okay.
No, just start. Pass me the napkin.
This is Holy Name. Fall on Your Knees is the name of the song. Let's do it.
Go.
It's going to do a flash. There we go. Look at Brian. Look, Brian, what are you wearing? Send this video to him.
What?
I'm going to send this to him.
Oh, you said, what are you wearing? I could really truly just bawl my eyes out right now. Seriously, I've been bored of the music that I've been listening to, and I've been wanting something else, but I don't want it to lack in its spirituality. And I find love songs to be deeper than other types of songs, so I kind of lean toward that direction, but I wanted the depth of, like, spirituality. And this song, like, I loved that we were able to see everybody sort of... There's a certain freedom that people get after they've been through some different things, and, you know, like, Brian was in Korn, and then he left and was with a, you know, doing a like Christian thing, and then he went back, and like the experiences that you have when you're going through those, you know, how people are with you, Christian and otherwise and stuff. But like, I appreciate the fact that he's like, it looks to me like he's found a freedom in it. Like he's doing his worship songs, but he's doing it like, this band is doing it what's their style. They're not trying to sing like, you know, but the message is the same. Like the message, like when he talks about being led beside still waters, like, man.
Yeah. Well, the other the other thing that I just watching all of them. One guy had his fist up.
Yes.
Brian was doing the Brian
yes,
thing.
Yes, this is literally what I'm going to say next.
The singer was kneeling
down on his
crying.
knees, crying. Yeah.
Like everybody has their own individual walk with God.
Yeah.
And so their expressions of worship, which I don't think people understand what worship actually is. Worship is just the language of love between a created being and its creator. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. And the reason that worship of human beings is inappropriate is because there is no human being that is worthy of that degree of love. All of us put together times 1 trillion is not worthy of that degree of love. So that's all it is. It is just the overflow of the expression of the love between created being and creator, saved person and the savior. That's it. That's all it is. It's not groveling and all the rest of it.
Oh no.
And it's really interesting because the song also talks about like bow before the Lamb, fall down on your knees before the Lamb. And that's really fascinating because like a lot of people have a real problem with taking any sort of submissive position to God, and it's before the Lamb. And like if people don't understand what that metaphor is, but basically in the Bible you would slaughter a lamb for your sins, and the lambs are not glorious creatures. They are defenseless, they're harmless. And we basically use every part of their body for our sustenance and so it's like, if you think about it, it's like you're on your knees before a person who, let's say the Jesus story is true. And let's say that he is the eternal Logos, who literally is, when God spoke, it was Christ architecting the universe. And when you were in your mother's womb, when Psalm 139 says that you knit me together in my mother's womb, I praise you because I was fearfully and wonderfully made. Let's just assume that that's Jesus doing that. And let's say that he's powerful enough to speak universe. We were just looking at these star systems or whatever, and we might talk about that later because that was crazy. The Orion's belt.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Let's say that he was big enough to do that, and yet incredibly wise enough to build mitochondria and cells and all the other crazy, like, for him to come down as one of us. And like in the book of Revelation, like you hear that the Lion of the tribe of Judah has conquered, right? As Revelation 7. because was it John wept because there was nobody to open the scroll and the seals, and then the angel says, "Don't be afraid, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, he has conquered."
Yes.
And then he turns around, and he doesn't see a lion. He sees a lamb, as if it had been slain. And all through Revelation, I don't think Jesus is ever called a lion again. And right toward the end, Revelation 5, to him who sits on the throne and the Lamb. And then it says, like, we don't need the Son because the glory of God and the Lamb. Like, Jesus is like an eternally humble God.
That's where I thought you were going with it.
Like, he's an eternally humble God. And so it's like, he lowered himself in a way that none of us can ever. There is an eternal gap. Like, you and I are closer to bacteria. Like, philosophically, you and I are closer to bacteria than we could ever be to God. You know, like, we've got like this, bacteria, insects, animals, human beings, angels, God. No! Like, it's something complete. Like, there's an eternal gap between all of us and the Most High. And so if God actually did come down and become one of us, and then become a persecuted person, and then in Psalm 22, Jesus says, "I am a worm and not a man." So, like, we really have the only humble God in the business.
Yeah.
Because he went even lower than a man for us. And so, if Jesus never went to the cross for me, he would be worthy of worship just because of who he is in his character. But Jesus says something really strange, which I still don't understand. He says, nobody takes my life from me. I have the power to lay it down and the power to take it up again. This command I've received my Father. And then he says, the reason my Father loves me is that I lay down my life for the sheep. It's like, no, Jesus, you were completely worthy of love before you did anything for us. But I think what it means is the Father looked at Christ for trillions of years and said, "You do that for them, wouldn't you?" That's the type of person you are. Like, that's you? Like, you would do that for Vin? You would do that for her? Man, I love you for that. You know? And so, you know, technical word, perichoresis, whatever, like the interplay between the members of the Trinity. And I was just very, very struck by the fall on your knees, because that's the title of the song, for the to the Lamb. And
before the Lamb, yeah.
And it's like, anybody that truly, truly knows this dude, anybody that really knows Jesus, he just breaks you down. And it's not like, it's just, he just loves you too much, man. You know, he's just, it's very, very hard to explain. It's very, very hard to explain. Yeah. And, we had Spurgeon, and I was in a very bad situation. I was, like, really in a bad situation recently. I mean, we stopped the channel for a little bit. And there's a book of sermons that she gave me. And I'll talk about it, but go ahead.
Yeah, for me, like, when he's talking about that difficult kind of span that we went through, Psalm 23 was like my go-to. Like, I could sustain nothing less. I don't know, like, nothing else was sustaining me. Like, that Psalm 23 was, all my life I saw Psalm 23 negatively almost, because my initial introduction to it was either at a funeral. So when I hear the 23rd Psalm, or I see it written, I immediately think, I don't know if you've been to white people's funerals, but they always put, like, red lights on the body so it looks like it's more awake or alive or something. I don't know if they still do that now, but that's what they did when I was a kid. And it was really creepy looking. I never liked those red lights. I actually had to acclimate to red lights because you love red lights. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so when I hear, they'd always read the 23rd Psalm, so it seemed to me like almost like a death chapter. And then the other experience that I had with it was I was in grade school, and I was in first grade, and you had to memorize the entire chapter, or else you couldn't go out to recess. And, your girl's never been good at memorization, and certainly not under stress. And I was stressed that I wasn't going to get outside and I was going to be stuck in the basement of the school, and the windows were low, so you could just see the kids' feet running by and the ball going by. Anyway, I hated that. It was really depressing was what was happening, but I didn't know it.
Yeah.
And so the 23rd Psalm was just really negative to me, but during that like difficult period, like I just kept reading it, and then I like got this idea to take the 23rd Psalm and of course use ChatGPT. And I asked it to give me the 23rd Psalm in 23 different translations, and then I just like read through all of them and I recorded it with the background of like the water around us and stuff. And like I listened to it over and over and over and over, and it was like amazing because each translation sort of like each translator had a different sort of like heart edge to it. So they would use different, it was saying the same thing but in different ways and different like personalities almost, the way it was explained. So I was really liking that. So when anything that kind of like reminds me of the 23rd Psalm in music is usually it's usually kind of churchy sounding.
Cheese, yeah.
Yeah, and so this one was just really, like, I loved it because it had this metal edge to it, and obviously seeing Brian in it, the history that you know, like, when you explained to me from the time at the beginning of Korn, and then as things progressed, and, like, where he is now, and hearing his stories, and, like, I don't know, it was just so cool. It was so cool to see him, like, just worshiping in the way that he wanted to worship, like, doing what he wanted to do.
It's been like,
you know,
it's been 20 years almost
that he's been walking with God.
Yeah, because like he made his announcements, and then Dorian was conceived. Like,
wow,
you know, and like it's so cool to see him still in the faith. But
yeah.
he's great. But that singer, man, because that singer was like a straight up like cholo. No disrespect, buddy, but dude was like a straight up cholo, you know. But he was belting it, and you could tell. You could tell that he's gone through some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that, that like, you know, I love that Jesus never gave us any fine print. He said, look, man, in this world, you'll have trouble.
Yeah.
The 23rd Psalm, Amy, is, hold on. Where is that playing? There it is. The 23rd Psalm is, it's famous. The Lord is my shepherd. Is that the one? Mm-hmm. I shall not want. He leads me, you know, he prepares a table for me in the presence of my enemies and all that stuff.
It's funny because when I go to like, well, I can just read it. But when I listen to it, because I've listened to it in so many different translations, like it's hard for me to settle on one. I kind of like.
But like there are allusions to the 23rd Psalm in this.
Yeah.
In this.
So it says, "The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters." That was the waters part that was in there.
Yeah.
He restores my soul. I love that part. He restores my soul because there's like, your soul can get so bogged down and like, and it feels like that there's nothing that can fix it. Like this is broken beyond repair. And even though I've walked with God all my life, I still felt like I had hit that point where I was like, I don't know, like, and I felt like God began telling me different things to do to make changes. Like, you know, that whole thing that people say, like, nothing will change if nothing changes. He started showing me little changes to make and like began restoring my soul. And then it says, he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. It's just a beautiful, beautiful passage. And like there's concepts in there, like, again, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. That like it seems sort of confusing because it's like, well, rod and a staff, that sounds like like sort of abusive maybe. But when you understand the language that's getting used of the shepherd and the sheep, and how if a sheep keeps going off, like he'll essentially like
sheep will, one of them will go over a cliff and the other sheep will go, oh, that's where we're going, and they'll just all go over a cliff. And in that passage that I quoted, the reason the Father loves me is because I laid down my life for the sheep, is Jesus saying that he is that that shepherd from Psalm 23, because it's shepherd language in Psalm 23.
Yes.
And like even anointing my head with oil, like there's bugs, all type of stuff that like bother the sheep and harass the sheep. And so the shepherd will pour oil on the sheep's head and it'll get rid of all those bugs. So it's like, it's not something that'll kill you, but it's like something that's giving you torment. Even that the shepherd is worried about. He's not just worried about, oh, I've got to bring you back to the boss at the end of the day. Hey, as long as you're whole, hey, I did my job. Like, this is the kind of shepherd that's like going like above and beyond. And so Jesus says, I'm the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. Yeah, I recently lost my brother. I was talking to Sori, and we did not end well, man. We didn't end well at all. And it's been bad because I just can't stop thinking about like the last things I said to him and the last things he said to me, which was, I just need my brother. I don't want any money from him. I just need my brother. And I was on my shit, which I'm usually on. I'm drawing a line. I'm making a boundary. And like, yesterday was Siblings Day. And then like last year, it was Siblings Day. And then 5 days later, my brother was gone. And I was telling Sori, I'm like, yo, if I'd have said one word to that kid, last year, he'd be here. Like, I know that for a fact. And, but I was on some dumb shit, and the last thing he heard from me was some crazy shit. But it was crazy, because yesterday, one of my kids, he broke my heart yesterday, because he's going through a certain type of heartbreak that's impossible to explain to y'all. And so I'm just like laying in scripture, and like it was crazy because as I was helping him, I was talking about Peter and how Peter denied Christ. And I'm like, what is Peter thinking in those 3 days? He's like, the last thing Jesus heard from me was I denied him. But that wasn't the last thing Jesus heard from him, right? Because Jesus rises from the dead, and then Peter denied Christ 3 times, but he gave Peter an opportunity. And Peter says, Lord, you know all things, you know that I love you. And as I'm saying this to my son, I'm saying these things to help him. God's like, man, this is not the last thing your brother heard from you. And this is not the last thing your brother's ever going to hear from you. So be patient. Do what you need to do. And I know all things. I know you loved it. And so it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's so difficult. Like, look, man, I can get into arguments. I can do debate. I've done debates. Everybody knows what happens when I get in debates with people. Sure. But, like, there's a whole other side to this, man, that you just have to experience. I don't know what else to say. And that book, that book and that man, they're different. Now, we say that in the hood, like, oh, that man's different. Like, it's different. I'm telling you, it's different. And you just have to experience it for yourself, man. Like, I don't know how else to say it. You just have to experience it from yourself. And that's why you see those guys, and especially the lead singer, I don't know what he went through, but I'm sure he went through something. You know? Yeah. And it's a very simple song. Yep. Sonically,
I love that.
You know?
Sort of repetitive, like vocally, so you can know what it's going to say and go along with it.
That line, all good things come from your mighty hand. I think about my brother. You know, Piper said this when he was talking about his dad. You know, his dad died at 86 or something, I think. Look that up. How old was John Pappy's dad when he died? But he said I could focus on the fact that I lost my dad, or I could focus on the fact that God gave me 86 years with him. And I'm like, I can focus on the fact that I lost my brother, or I could focus on the fact that
88.
God gave me all those 36 years with him, you know? And so, like, I haven't been grateful to, and I'm not, like, beating myself up over it, and God understands my frailty, but I haven't really been grateful for the time I did have with my brother because I was so busy. I loved him, man. I was supposed to protect him. But, you know. So, yeah. All good things come from God's hand, you know? And so, like, God gave me my brother, and there were times I protected him. And there were times I came through for him. You know, the devil plays for keeps, that's for sure. But, yeah, man, you just have to... And like I had her for support. I have other things to support, but like there's a real part of you that never, like, nothing can penetrate, no person, only he can get there.
Yeah.
And so that's cool.
Yep. One of the other things that I would point out in it is that when he said, like, your rod and your staff, they comfort me, there's this, I was listening to this shepherd, and he was saying, like, one of the times his sheep got its foot caught in something, and the reason that it did was because it wasn't really listening and staying with the other sheep. It kind of kept going off, and he said, so it ended up breaking its foot getting caught into something, and he said that he picked up the sheep and he put it on his shoulders, and he said, like, this thing is not going to hold its, it's going to use the bathroom. So as the shepherd is carrying the sheep around, it's pooping and it's peeing on him, and he's caring for the sheep, and like it was just this like picture of like how when, like, people, I don't know if we're joking or if people are serious when they say it. I feel like there's a little seriousness to it in the form of a joke, but like people will say, well, I can't go to church because if I do, the police will start a fire, or
yeah, Kai gave me an update. He's like, I showed up to church, I didn't get zapped.
It's so I don't know if it's like, I don't know what percentage is joke and what percentage is insecurity or worry, or I don't know, but that idea that God himself uses this description of the shepherd, that he is our shepherd, and that, like, okay, if we break our foot because it's our own wandering or it's our own whatever, like, he's gonna pick us up and put us on his shoulder, and in all of our mess he's gonna carry us because he loves us. And I think he's not afraid of the mess, like he cares about us, and he's the creator of all things, so he knows how to bring order from chaos. Like, that's what he does. Like, so I just, reading the 23rd Psalm it's not a funeral chapter for me anymore. It's like, it's peace and life to me, and it does hold me pretty steady when I'm feeling kind of off.
All I gotta say is, look, man, nobody gets out of this thing alive, and nobody gets out of this thing in one piece. I got, me and AT, and I got people in here, and it's not my story to tell. Those are their stories to tell. But, like, I got people, I love in this room that lost people. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be as dramatic as your brother dying or your son dying or your girl dying. Like, it doesn't have to be that dramatic. Whatever your pain is, as Solomon said when he's dedicating the temple, each knowing the sorrow of their own heart. Right? Like, that's the other thing about Jesus. And that's why everybody was worshiping different, man, because it's like they were together as a band and they were playing in unison, but they were all having their individual moment with God. And that's just what we invite you to. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything else for anybody but Jesus, full stop. That's all I got. You guys have been around me for quite some time, and you know that there really isn't much depth of anything that I can offer. Obviously, this song is a silent count for me.
It's a 10 for me.
But shout out to this band and shout out to this singer for putting it all all on the line. Shout out to my Cholo homie. Go ahead.
Yeah, the ending, when they went into, usually, like, that vocal style, I don't know, it depends on where I'm going to fall when it gets to it. But when it hit, that's literally how I always feel like it should be used. And so when it goes from I will trust in you, all good comes from his mighty hand, all good comes from his mighty hand. And that, like you said, it means different things as like you said, what one situation looks a certain way, but he told you this is not the last conversation. Mm-hmm. So good is coming, Anyway, but then when he goes, wash the filth from my eyes, savior of wretched man, my dead bones are at your feet, fall to your knees. And in that vocal style, it was perfect. I loved it. There's in Isaiah chapter 6, he says that the angel took a coal from his lips and touched it on his lips from the altar and put it on his lips. And then he said, oh, woe is me, for I am unclean. And I'm a man in the midst of an unclean people. What's the rest there?
Well, you inverted it. He saw God and he says, woe to me because I'm an unclean man and I have unclean lips and I dwell among a people of unclean lips. Then one of the seraphim took the coal from under the altar.
Yes.
And then he put it on the lips and he said, see, now I've made you clean. Mm-hmm. And then God sends him out. It's crazy. It's a crazy passage.
Yeah. But okay, no, this is the part too. There was
my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of Glory. As if Delaney's in the joint. What's up, Delaney? Good to see you, baby.
So in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him stood the seraphim. Each had 6 wings. With 2 he covered his face, with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he flew. And one called to another and said, holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the foundations of the threshold shook at the voice of him who called, and the house was filled with smoke. And I said, woe is me, for I am lost, and I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then one of the seraphim flew to me, having in his hand a burning coal that he had taken with tongs from the altar, and he touched my mouth and said, behold, this has touched your lips. Your guilt is taken away, and your sin atoned for. These are just... I don't want to say throwaway passages, but there's so much glory in this book that you're hardly going to hear a sermon on this because there's so many other things being preached on. Not that you won't hear one, but yeah, it's just incredible. It's a beautiful book and deep. And I know that, I don't want to talk about anybody else's channels, but I do know our viewers are deep. So.
Well, the other thing is about the guttural part at the end is that this is not very good theology, but there's a sweet singy part, which is the majority of the song, and it's like you're a renewed person when you're in Christ, but there's still that part of you that's dark.
Yes. Yep.
And I love that they did that.
Yep.
God sees us as all good in Jesus, but practically as we're making our way, as Jesus said, your feet are clean, but your feet still touch the ground every day. Your entire being is clean, Jesus says, but you still have to walk the streets, bruh.
Yeah.
And so that part of you that's ugly and not Facebook fixed and not YouTube filtered, the part of you that's the ugliest, deepest, even that part, God will say, if you speak to me from that part of your being, some of you are not yet Christians, if you speak to me from that part of your being, that counts as prayer, that counts as worship. And that's why I always say, when I go to a rock show, no matter how dark the show is, I feel God's presence, and it's not God insulating me from the horrible pagans around me. It's God. I am walking into God fellowshipping and calling these people in the middle of a Behemoth concert. I was the intruder. It's not that oh, here's some Christians at the Behemoth show, and here you're there's a divine force field because look at these nasty, like I was listening to those people at that concert, bro, and they had gone through crazy shit. Kid died of leukemia. Everybody prayed for him. Everybody fasted for him, and the kid died. You know what I'm saying? Like, he died, and like there was real pain in that show.
Jeez.
And so like, yeah, they were upset at God, you know?
Yeah.
But God was there, and he accepted that. I truly believe he accepted that as real worship, whatever you want to say. So, anyway.
Wow. It's a great song. That was... Thank you, Amy, for that song. That is going on my playlist.
Yeah. And we're spinning out right at 11:06. Hold on, guys.
That's interesting timing, huh?
Yeah. That was Umar. That's the devil. It's the devil trying to shut us down or whatever he says. Shout out to Umar. Yeah. Unbelievable. Good song. Good song. It's a silent count for me, as I said.
10 for me.
Let me quit some of these programs. Maybe you can recover.
Man, what a great song. What a great song.
Yep. Insane.
I guess
Insane.
I'll eat some chicken now.
Okay. So I do see that we're a little chippy, but never you fear. I think it'll get fixed pretty soon here because I just deleted a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by, people. I do see we're chippy.
Yep. Vin will fix it. Or time will. Or maybe time doesn't fix anything. Wow, what a song, man.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was very incredible. Where is Amy?
Probably
you know,
lost
that's we're down to 7% on that thing. Let's try to switch.
Is it charging? It is.
Yeah, but it's not good charging.
Okay, so I know you said this one's a good one, but it's worked good for me.
Let's see. It's getting fast forwarding a little bit.
That's probably what's happening to 6%.
Let's see. Look at you eating. I'm gonna send that to B. We have returned. Thank you guys for staying around. We've returned.
We're back.
We have returned. Yeah, we're back. That's what we needed was the look at that. The energy. The energy. Yeah, somebody said one of the reasons I don't call myself a Christian is because my dark side takes over. But
if that was the reason, I wouldn't be a Christian either.
I love you, but that's like saying one of the reasons I don't take a shower is because I'm so dirty, right? Like, the cross is made for people with dark sides, man. And I promise you, I think you're, you know, if you say you're dark, I'll agree that you're dark, but I promise you, she'll bear witness. When I get dark, there's nobody on the earth darker than me. Right or wrong?
No, he's right. I'm not gonna hide that. Yeah, it's dark.
When I get dark, there's nobody on the planet darker than me. So, I need.
Oh my gosh.
I need Jesus, and so does the world.
And so do I.
The world needs Jesus when I'm dark. So.
It's so funny to hear you be like honest like that. Baby, can you pass me the napkins, please? Actually, I'll choose this.
I've never met anybody as dark as me in my life. I met a lot of bad people.
Really? You've never met anybody as dark as you?
Yeah, when I get dark, man.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for sure.
Jet says, I crash out constantly. It's one of my signature moves. Yeah. Jet, Mrs. Christ is king in this bitch.
Yep.
If your dark side takes over, it's my belief it takes over because you allow it to. That's also true. I do allow it to.
You've been battling it.
Yeah, I do though. I battle it. I battle it for sure. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that was a very interesting pick from Amy. I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a really, really good one. Middle, if you're still here, I know we said we'd call it good at 11, but if you're still here, Middle, we'll do your song if you want. So it's up to y'all. Hey, Nathan, Nathan Song Snob is gonna go and try to. I can't believe you're eating. That's so crazy.
Why is it crazy?
No, I mean, I'm glad. That was a pretty good one. That's a pretty decent one. How did you get the thing to do that?
Do what?
That
ChatGPT. And then they said, add it. They said, sure, but can you give me a picture of you guys so I can keep it close to you?
There's a picture of me doing that, or did you tell ChatGPT to be like, raw?
No, I said what our channel is.
And then that was it.
Seriously, I wish that I could get out of my head chicken skin because I bet it tastes really good, but I just can't eat it. Look, this is the picture I used.
What was the picture? Oh, snap. That's interesting. That can't be the picture you used.
It is. Look, it's still selected.
How did it know to use my red bandana? Did you tell them?
Because I always tell it. I always say he's a black man, very strong with a red bandana.
Oh, here we go.
That's literally what I do.
Yeah, very strong.
Yep.
Yeah, that does look
black
like
and handsome.
Yeah, the most
If I don't put it
handsome.
and I put that you're Jamaican, they always make you skinny.
That's true.
So I have to tell them that you're strong, otherwise they're not going to come through.
Racism.
All right.
Do me a favor. Go to the website again. I think I.
Which one? YouTube?
YouTube.
I don't know why. What do I keep deleting tabs here?
Mm-hmm. You keep deleting tabs.
Why?
I don't know. Probably due to your wickedness.
It's possible.
Due to your many sins.
It's possible. But we wouldn't be together if I wasn't wicked too.
Also true.
Content. Live. It's Revo's birthday stream. Happy birthday, Revo! Wherever you are.
Yeah, happy birthday, my guy. You can't say that we didn't wait for you, bruh.
Yeah. Okay. So what is it that I was actually going back to this for? Did you tell me to go here?
I don't know. I think Pony and Dwayne have a song, I think.
I don't believe that's what's happening. I think it's just lies from Dwayne.
Well, it's Middle.
Yeah, but Pony...
All right, Middle, let's do yours first. Yeah. Poor the lady. Wait, so Revo hasn't shown up for his... No, he has not, my little sister.
We've all just been sitting here.
He has not. God bless you. He hasn't showed up for his own birthday stream. Allahu Akbar. We'll have to reschedule it because he deserves it.
Bro, if this happened in real life, I would be so offended. If somebody called a birthday party and I was just sitting around waiting, I would not... You'd be completely fine. You just talk with everybody there. I'd be offended that it happened to me. I'd be like, they just invited us to a party and stood us all up.
Did you got the text, right?
What?
She said, I literally texted you, sorry.
Yeah, I showed it to you.
Okay, so we square? What are we missing
Well, I
here?
think that if we're going to be doing hers, I just didn't know the order of what's going on. So if we're going to do ponies, then say yes, and then she'll PayPal us.
Yeah, we'll do ponies after we do
Middles?
On Thorns I Lay by the band The Blue Dream. This was 1997.
Really?
Yeah, the album was a 1997 album.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to do this. Oddly enough, Hellenic Greek. Hellenism. Hell! It's all coming to me now. Do me a favor. Try to find a translation or get your boyfriend GPT to translate On Thorns I Lay in
Just to
English.
be clear, I know that Grok is female to you. Grok is male to me, and ChatGPT is male to me. I mean female to me because she helps me with my cooking.
Freudian slip there, listener. You heard it first. She said
No.
GPT was male.
No, that's because I followed up. I was doing your Grok one. She's female to me because she helps me with recipes.
I'm mad at you.
Okay, so wait, what am I doing right now? Tell me what the name of that song is.
I got you, Larry.
Larry.
What you say?
Tell me what the name of the song is again.
On Thorns I Lay. And it says Greece in parentheses.
And the name of the song is...
It's in English on Metallum. On Thorns I Lay.
Is the name of the band. What's the name of the song?
The Blue Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Thorns I Lay, The Blue Dream. Okay, guys. I think I have that song downloaded. Let's see.
And somebody said it was where in English?
Metallum.
Okay. Here it is. Nope. Is that it?
Those look all like English words to me. All right, here we go. On Thorns I Lay. Timestamp is 1:56. Actually, timestamp is 1 hour 57 seconds. Actually, the timestamp is 1 hour and 57 seconds. Ready? Yep. On Thorns I Lay. Let's do it.
And this is middle?
Okay, we'll start over. There's a group called Enigma, and they've got a song that sounds almost exactly like this. It's really, really trippy. I don't know if you've heard of them, Middle, but this is crazy to me. Okay, back to it. Let's go. You got the lyrics for me?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let's try this again.
Oh, look, Ben Bear. Enigma used this.
Yeah, see? Okay, thank you. Enigma used this. No way! You know Enigma, Vin? Are you kidding me? We were just listening to Enigma last night.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it again.
Sure. I mean, depends on how long you're going to stream for.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Let's start again now.
last a long day.
It's probably like the next song or something. You didn't know I had this talent,
I
did
didn't
you?
know you were like this.
All right, that apparently a classic song that I did not know was a classic song. Shout out to this band. Like, literally, I've been listening to this song for a very, very long time because I was listening to Enigma a long time ago. I mean, for me, holy smokes, I can't believe that this was actually the song.
So this is it originally, or
Yeah, this is the original song, and then Enigma covered the mystical part. You know, the.
Mm-hmm.
I think they actually used it to like intro one of their entire albums. Like, that's insane. That is absolutely insane.
How long have you been listening to it?
Quite some time. I mean, this song came out in 1997.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, what did you think?
Okay. I thought.
Wait, Ben is saying no, this is not the original song. So was
Yeah, I
Enigma
thought-
the original song?
Stop recording everything we're saying and sending it to Pony. My God.
Based on classical music, Elgar and Holst. Okay. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I thought it. Okay, so it had like the back and forth thing, like we usually like with the like male to female, and it seemed like the song was about love. Or was I reading that into it? I have been known to do that.
It literally says shadows of beauty here in the sin of love.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I never know when all of a sudden you're going to say, so Trump put some terrorists out there.
What? What does that have to
For
do with the
somebody
song?
who doesn't like politics as much as you do, it just seems like that's where it goes sometimes. And I'm like, what? How did we get there? I'm just saying.
You're such a strange person, Willa.
Maybe.
So weird.
Maybe some people understand. Okay, so
Nobody
Shadows
understands
of
what you're
Beauty
talking about.
here. And you're just going to speak for everybody, huh?
I am.
And if anybody says they do understand what I'm saying, what are you going to say? Well,
Just go ahead,
I'm
man.
disagreeing
Just
with
go
you
ahead.
because you're
Just
so
go ahead.
sorry.
Just go ahead.
Okay, Shadows of Beauty here in the Sin of Love. So it kind of sounded like the mess that love is. I close my eyes and breathe, passion for life. One voice, one body learns to love. A simple thought for life is enough. The mood becomes a temptation. The temptation, a longing. And the longing evolves into an unbeatable need. This need is the blue dream. Towards a great sadness, we are not always
Well,
here.
he says the sin of love, which is
Yeah.
very interesting. Because there are situations where you could classify the love a person has as being sinful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly what he means by the sin of love. It looks like he's got some love that he has that's almost unattainable. One voice, one body learns to love. A simple thought for life is enough. The mood becomes a temptation. The temptation becomes a longing. The longing evolves in an unbeatable need or unbearable need. And the need is a blue dream.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much of that is the overwhelming burden of being alone or not having that counterpart. You see what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, shadows of beauty here in the sin of love. I close my eyes and breathe. Passion for life. One voice, one body learns to love. So I don't know if one voice, one body is talking about, the two becoming one flesh.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So the sexual act, whatever people want to call it, it looks like the person is like yearning for that kind of connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
And So he's looking for that, and then it comes a simple thought for life is enough. A simple thought, like if you could have that and live in that, that would be enough. It's funny because it sounds like some shit I was saying to somebody recently. And then it says, then the mood becomes a temptation, the temptation becomes a longing, the longing evolves into an unbearable need or an unbeatable need. I've got unbearable. What do you have?
Unbeatable.
This need is the blue dream. So it's very interesting when people talk about needs because it's like, so I'm taking this as the guy in this song wants a relationship that he can't have or he can't attain to. Maybe the other girl doesn't like him. Maybe the other girl's already taken. And he's not looking for sex as sex. He's looking for some sort of way for there to be that unity.
Yeah.
Of mind and thought. Because if you think about voice, a vocalization is a way to physicalize a immaterial thought. Mm-hmm. And then you have one mind, and so you have one voice and one body learns to love, which is interesting because the first word in the Bible that describes the sexual act is knowledge. That Adam knew his wife Eve.
Yep.
So it looks like he's this is what he wants, but he's not able to attain to it. And then in the second verse when the girl starts singing, go ahead.
She says, towards a great sadness, we are not always here. We burn in zeal and give wings to our soul for the blue dream. It means the start of our happiness whilst it sweetly rises to our soul. Shadows of beauty. Shadows of beauty kind of, to me, like, I don't necessarily really understand, like, a lot of the way that the words are put together. I feel like I understand, like, a meaning from it, and the meaning that I get is, like, the sort of fleeting nature of how love and the desire for love can be,
yeah.
If you watch, you'll see a post that might be people are talking about, okay, single women, how happy are you? Divorced women, how happy are you? And like the people that are single or divorced or not with somebody, like some of them are like, this is deeply sad. I hate this. And then you'll have other people that are like, you know what, F that. I had enough trouble in past relationships. I'm not trying to be, I don't want any more of it. But then like, even the people that don't want any more of it, like when you see a version of it that's like, well, that looks good. I'd like to have that. Like, I think nobody wants the soul crushing, suffocating feeling that love can be or that relationships can be. But I think that people want that sort of freeing depth and unconditionality of a good relationship where, you're doing life together. And so there's you have a partner when you're doing things and especially if it's not just a partner or somebody that's like more of a friend status, but like somebody that you deeply connect with and that you guys are able to like, build with each other and share with each other and then like experience the, like she says, the burn in zeal and giving wings to our soul for the blue dream. Like, I think that love itself like kind of does that. Like it's kind of, it gives us hope where we're hopeless sometimes, and it sort of, I think that love is ultimately, because it says God is love. So I think that ultimately the truest and most beautiful expression of love is God with us. But then you have relationships that reflect that. And I think that, why are we, even drawn to love stories or the connections that people make or shorts where you see people happy together, couples happy together or getting married or, I think that, that there's that verse too that says that there's like things that are like a wonder and one of them is the way a man is with a maiden. Mm-hmm. And like, I see that like when I see my teenagers, noticing different people and stuff, like it's just cute. I know that it's deep for them, but it's cute for like to see from this angle. Like I'm 40 years old and I'm like watching like, wow, like this is what we look like back then or whatever, like it's just cute. But I just think that, when she talks about the shadow of beauty, I think that it's the beauty, and he talked about shadow of beauty in the beginning too. And I don't know if what they're talking about is that there is such a beauty in love, but it's almost a shadow because you're dealing with sinful people. And so you guys are working through stuff or whatever.
I looked at shadows as it's not there. There is an outline of it. You know what it looks like, but it's not there. You can't grasp it. It's something that you know what it is, and you know what the form is, but it's unattainable because it's away from you. That's why she says, like, we are not always here. And I think it's
Yep.
you know, they were trying to go somewhere together in the blue dream and all the rest of it, but you know, and even the term dream sometimes seems like sort of this like unattainable, you're not going to have it type thing.
Yeah.
And so the guy is singing in a sort of tortured, raw, you know, Dwayne's like, why? Because Dwayne doesn't understand the genius of that kind of vocalization, Dwayne. Not everything is, oh, you know, sugar cane tastes sweet, I'm the Beatles. You know, it ain't like that all the time, bro. Sometimes,
Imagine.
I went back and reviewed Imagine. They're still looking at the comments.
These people still angry?
Oh my God. The Ben Webb in me was coming out. I'm going to give this one a 9.6 for this one.
9.2 for me on this one. I was a little confused when the song first started, like, whether or not I was going to like it. But as it progressed and her vocals came in and stuff, it really added to it also. So, yeah, 9.2 for me. 9.2.
Loneliness is much worse when you're in bad relationships. When you're a bad relationship survivor, you at least made a choice to not have any more of that. When you're lonely, you don't get a choice. Yeah, man. That's tough, man. Loneliness is a motherfucker, man. It really, really, really is. It'll grind you to powder if you let it. And you know, there's just a certain. Somebody one time in a church group wanted me to do a singles like Bible study or something, and I avoided that shit like the plague. Because I'm not single. I just think there's like degrees of pain and things like that those folks carry that I just felt like would just be, there would be no way that I could teach that without some ridiculous religious condescending thing, you know? So I ran away from that like the plague, and I never did it because like I have my own set of pains and hurts, obviously, but you know, I don't know what that is like to like want to be in a relationship, not be able to be one, or whatever you call it, you know. So that's why it's gonna get a 9.6 from me because of the what do you call it?
The Enigma.
The Enigma reference.
9.2 for me.
We did do the timestamp, Ben, baby. We did. Jet says, I like being alone but not lonely. That's a good one. I think I'm there too. I like my solitude, and then I like my sorry. This is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm always like, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. So I want to have my solitude, but I want to have Vin there. But
yeah, Soraya,
I actually had a nice little...
Raya, you are so horrible. That's all. So Raya, she's like, oh, I'm going to go spend time with Jesus, blah, blah, blah. So like, we're all outside, you know, it's Florida. We out here. And like, she's like, I'm going to go outside and have my solitude time with Jesus. I was like, mashallah tabaraka, go for it. Let me tell me why she went like literally, I don't know, 1,000 feet away from where we were.
I could still see him.
I could still see her. And she plops down and like literally, and it's like a thoroughfare where she was, like of people walking their dogs, all type of shit. And then we got the kids. We got the kids, okay, and they're all on bikes now. They're all riding bikes now. And so I told the kids, I said, listen, mommy's having her spiritual time with Jesus, because I saw what was going to occur. I said, mommy, and like literally there's us, right? And then there's a little thing, and there's a corner, okay, and there's a straightaway, and there's a gazebo. Tell me why this woman sits right in the middle of the thoroughfare.
I'll tell you why, if you had asked.
So I told the kids, do not, one of them got in trouble for this. One of them got sent to bed early for this crime. I said, do not bother your mother. She's having her Jesus time. Obviously, 4 seconds later, there go all the kids surrounding her, whatever. One of them's trying to give her a rose. One of them's whatever. You're very bad at solitude, Soraya. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What happened was,
unbelievable.
I was like, I'm going to get some solitude, and I need to be very alone so I can just, whatever, have some time to pray without interruption, nothing. I didn't want people walking by me, nothing. But as I round the corner, I looked, and there was this glorious sun. And I said, if I walk any further that way, I'm going to miss it. And I'm not going to see it in all of its coming across the water as it was. And so I decided, I don't care now. Now the sun and the water and this view is more important to me than that. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send it to you right now, Vin, since you have so much to say.
What?
This was
my
view.
What are you sending to me?
There's my view.
Oh, Lord.
And, I mean, there's a zoom in on that. That looks kind of trashy. Just send the first one. The picture does not do it justice at all. So I did. I sat right down there, and there was multiple people walking by me. And I thought to myself, this probably looks a little bit strange because I'm just like sitting right here on the sidewalk looking at this. But whatever. I don't care. I literally don't care. So then the kids start coming by on their bikes. And I did want to be alone, but they're so damn cute. And when they stopped, one of them runs over. He throws a flower at me because he knows he's not supposed to disrupt me.
Oh, it's saying?
Nope, that one was Orion. He just threw the flower.
Orion or Ray? Oh.
Orion. He just throws the flower. And then Reza comes by and he's like, I would like some of that water. And I'm like, okay. So I gave him some water. But first he did this thing where he was like, Seneca. And so I thought Seneca was missing. So I jump up. I'm like running around.
Yep, I saw the whole thing.
And he was like, no, he's just taking a long time to catch up.
Yeah, poor Jesus.
Yeah. And so then.
Speaking of loneliness, poor Jesus.
Did you put it up there? Oh.
Jesus is like, all right, we're going to have some time. Okay. All right, your kids. All right.
And then they came by, and then they were chatting. And then Orion was like, Daddy said we're not supposed to disturb Mom. I was like, is that true? Reza was like, yeah. I'm like, well, then you better get moving.
Yeah, see,
and then
Ben.
he proceeded to grab more flowers.
Look at Ben. What a pagan. She gave up her Jesus time for nature. Sadakta.
No, I experienced God in nature.
Oh, very good. Sorry, friend zone Jesus.
I've always said that.
Sorry, friend zone Jesus.
Stop that!
That is true.
I did. No, I did not.
No, you did. Say she just.
I know. What
confession
I'm saying
is good for the soul.
Is
There
that
we go.
I did sit down and I did tell, like, I'm glorying in what he's made. That's spending time with him. And I was praying, and I was, 23rd Psalming it.
All right. Tell me the name of this song.
You guys are so judgmental.
Is Pony admin? Pony, drop the link to the song so I can download it, please.
I told her to send it to me, so let's see if she's...
Well, she can actually do it because she's an admin.
Okay.
So, just drop the link into the song.
She said, there's two, she said. I can't decide between. You could pick whichever one seems like you like. I hope neither of them are on Revo's list. You know what? Drop them both to me, and I'll make sure neither one of them are.
I mean, are they Korean? Oh, wait a second. Shorty likes K-pop, doesn't she? Oh, Lord.
But that's why I'll just double check, just to make sure.
April 15th, 2018 is, I think, when I... April 15th, 2018 is when I think I first experienced some type of loneliness when they killed my little bro. After and before, I can't ever recall. Yeah, man. You take your first loss, it's, Oh,
yeah. Actually...
People coming with some deep shit today, boy.
Pony, it's not going to be on his list because he's doing the Return of Next, the whole album.
Yeah, it's
it's not going to be on there. Applejack, that breaks my heart and makes me want to, avoid because that's so sad sounding. Oh, my God. He said, all right, you guys, let us know. I'm going to put up a poll. And then everybody can guess which one they want. Start a poll. Which song? 1 or 2? Okay. I'm starting the poll. I'm going to read a little bit about each of them. So there's the poll. Pick which song. Song number 1 or song number 2. The first one, this was the first male K-pop band to ever play Coachella. and the fan chart was heard from all the other stages in Coachella. Not the song that made me a fan, but it's a great, they even go gotta roll. Okay, so that's song number 1. Song number 2.
So there's a K-pop band that goes guttural? That's the one I'm voting for.
Okay. Second one is the one that made me a fan. I love the lyrics, and there's actually a lot of lore behind the band, but but I'm still learning it. I sent the color-coded lyrics videos because it's not as much trouble as translating and typing it out, lol. I love Yo Sang's deep voice through and Jungho's beautiful high notes. And that would be the one that I would vote for because I like lows and highs. So Vin voted for the first one because it's got a roll, and I voted for the second one. So what do you guys have? Let's see.
Well, number 1 has 67% of the votes.
Okay.
It has 75% of the votes.
And when it goes to 11:47, well, 11:48.
11? It's an 11-minute song?
No. I'm saying when the time switches. There's 1 minute. After 1 minute, I'm ending the poll. And
but
it is, you're winning.
I only see 1. Oh. Ha, yes, finally. I believe this is the first time I'll ever win a poll against Sorry. That's how racist our constituency has been. Yes, Pinky. Oh no!
We'll see.
Oh no!
What's happening? Oh, it's is it switching?
Wait, can I vote?
I mean, try. Can you?
No! So wait, middle. What'd you say, 47?
Ah! Why is that on?
What the hell? Oh, look, 11:48. It's over. Poll's over.
End poll.
55-45. Song number 1 in this bitch. Gang.
All right, Vincent wins. Vincent wins. Okay, I'm gonna send you the link for the guttural one.
I don't understand, Amy. I mean, Pony, just put the link. You're an admin. Just put the link in the thing.
Is she though?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. There's a wrench by her name.
Here you go. There it is. Download it. Unfortunately.
La ilaha illallah. All right. This is called Guerrilla. Is that the name of it?
And this is a late birthday gift for Gia. So we'll announce that when we start it.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm going to take down...
Don't forget the timestamp.
Yep, that's exactly what I was
because Benji will go after us.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy. I finally defeated you. What? You were the last boss. I finally defeated you.
And you know what? I even went in there and put a point myself.
Yeah. You did?
I did.
That's like literally cheating.
No, you literally said over there, can you put in a point? And I said, yeah, go for it. Try. Roll back the tape.
Yeah, Allah has revealed all your horrible sins. You
Listen,
horrible,
I didn't have to tell
woman.
you. This is what he always does. I'm confessing stuff to him, and he'll be like, "Oh!" I'm like, "Jeez,
why are you so loud?"
I tell you that just so you would do that because
it's 12 in the morning.
You are usually the loud one.
It's 12 in the morning.
Literally.
All right, guys, here we go. 229.40.
Okay, hold on.
229.40.
It's almost the end of Rebo's birthday.
Jeez. Yeah. We're going to cross over. But at least it'll be, okay, 229, just do 55.
Okay, let's go.
All right, here we go, guys.
Happy birthday, Gia.
Lyrics are color-coded. Shout out to Gia. Vinna happy. I'm very happy for you, Gia.
Aww.
Huh? Well, she's probably not like that little girl anymore. She's probably like a teenager now.
It's true.
Allahu Akbar.
Didn't she say she's turning 8?
Send me a new picture. She can't be turning 8. It's impossible. She was like 5 when she sent me that Vinna Mad picture. She's got to be a teenager. She's like Sailor's age. She's like 14, 15. Why are we arguing about this?
I don't know where the message went.
Guerrilla lyrics are color-coded. Here we go. Let's do it now. Let's not listen to Soraya and all of her lies. Okay?
I think she might be 8.
Guerrilla. There's no way she's 8.
Okay, let's go.
Where's the video?
I got it back. 뒤집어 this game one chance 바로 지금 midday. Hack like that. 작고 강렬한 이 스타일 no next 나를 따라 쉽게. 저기 시계 봐 new world 지게 원 지끈 또 이제 지쳐 사라지는 emotion 적은 빛을 잃어가 숨은 통계가 되어 깜깜한 나는 진도 참을 수 없어 no more lies 시간이 됐어 shoot the flashing light 춤을 춰 break that wall 우리 pillow 여기저기 울려 퍼져 Guerrilla This is how we shout Can you keep it loud 모두 다 눈뜰 때까지 춤을 춰 break that wall 우리 pillow 여기저기 울려 퍼져 Guerrilla This is how we fight Now we gonna ride 세상을 깨워 we 춤을 춰 break that wall 우리 pillow 세상을 바꾸기 Guerrilla Freak zone, we gonna make you out 심장은 원는 마시 터지는 리듬 발 외쳐대 트란달 Make that beat 가도 꺼내 대가다 장난들 도는 땅을 전부 울리치려다 저 모여 we be done 음악이 무기 훌리건 울려 퍼져 게릴라 어서 문을 열어라 화려하게 make it boom 감정에 눈을 감은 채 산다는 게 너에겐 아무 의미 없는가 참을 수 없어 no more lies 시간이 됐어 shoot the flashing light Make a move 춤을 춰 break that wall 우리 pillow 여기저기 울려 퍼져 Guerrilla This is how we shout Can you keep it loud 모두 다 눈뜰 때까지 춤을 춰 break that wall 우리 pillow 여기저기 울려 퍼져 Guerrilla This is how we fight Now we gonna ride 세상을 깨워 we 춤을 춰 break that wall 우리 pillow 세상을 바꾸기 Guerrilla 귀를 막은 채 눈을 가린 채 같은 인형처럼 살 순 없잖아 모두 고개 들어 마주하라 회색빛 세상을 봐 춤을 춰 break that wall 우리 pillow
Find out.
Okay.
No. This might be the same song.
Tick-tock, tick-tick-tock, go my home.
There's no way that that's part of that song.
Okay.
It seems like and maybe I'm like channeling Revo here, but it seems like that song is about, because he talked about the grayish world and all that stuff. Like, you know how Korea, I don't know if it's a stereotype, but when I listen to a lot of Revo's kind of breakdowns of the songs when they're coming up to listen to them, there's a lot of pressure, especially on these kids in their 20s.
Yeah.
To be, you know, completely conformist and conform to certain ideals and goals. I think South Korea is a very conservative Christian type country, and so it sounds like there's some oppression going on there, is what it sounds like to me. And a Guerrilla's just going out there to wreck shop, I think is the idea. That's close to what I got.
Okay, let's see.
See, I stopped listening to K-pop when I realized how prepackaged and controlled it is. Yeah, but it looks like some of these artists got a little bit of a rebellious streak, and they're like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like they're trying to... Sorry, I shouldn't say that. This is for Gia. What are we doing? But it looks like they're... You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to get out of that. That's why they were talking about the grayish world. You know, my feelings are fading. My smile is forced. Mm-hmm. I feel nothing now. No more pretending. I'm done with the lies, etc., etc. So it looks like...
Let's dance. Let's break down the walls. Feel the rhythm in its echo echo everywhere, Guerrilla style.
Yeah. So I think Guerrilla is sort of like code for if you're not gonna take part in the, you know.
Look right here. Our hearts are loud like beats ready to explode. We'll fight until light breaks through the darkness. Our bold spirit will shake the earth. Music is our weapon.
Yeah.
Let's open the doors, make it loud and bright. Living without feeling. Does that mean anything to you? No more lies. It's time to act. Turn on the light.
That's what I'm saying. Like
There's the dull and gray. We can't keep living blind and silent like lifeless dolls. Look up, face the truth, see the dull gray world, and let's change it. Let's dance, break the wall, change the world. We are the Guerrillas.
Yeah, and I like that. We can't keep living blind and silent like lifeless dolls, which is really interesting because them Korean dudes also look very beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? The dudes and the women look like exactly like dolls, bro.
It's
like
true.
It's
all look
like they're
dolls.
incredibly beautiful. They all look like Sephiroth or whatever. That's a reference that probably nobody's gonna get, but very beautiful people. Like, no disrespect, but Revo's birthday has 2 minutes left, mashallah. So, like, I think that...
Don't you find it interesting?
We did... Yeah, go ahead.
They all, like... So every time I see some of this stuff, I'm like, how does all of them... How are they all on the same song? How do they make money, like, doing all on the same... Like, this many people in on it. Although K-pop is, you know, a lot of people like it. And it's definitely something.
Oh shit! Everybody got the Final Fantasy reference when I said Sephiroth. All right, gang, gang, gang. Good for y'all. Good for y'all.
Yeah. So it.
Amy, look what Amy says. Korea is the capital for plastic surgery.
Oh really?
I mean, that makes sense.
So all those people probably... Why did I think that they
That makes a lot of sense.
I felt like all those people were like born looking that way, right?
Look, I do think a lot. Like, I do think a lot of them are born looking that way.
When America, like when people in America do it, they all start looking alike. Like there's a certain...
I agree.
There's a certain look. You know what I mean? Like...
But I mean...
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying like...
There's not much variance.
I knew what you were saying. I wasn't gonna say it. I didn't want to be looked at like that sort of form of racist. And Dwayne's gonna get on us in any second now. Here it comes. No, he's talking about Final Fantasy. Okay, but I think it would be. I want to know which one Gia crushes because I believe there's a crush going on here.
How?
What do you mean how?
They all looked at.
You don't. We need to draw some lines.
I mean, how can you make such a distinction? I will say though,
Wait,
I
didn't hear the guttural
I was
part.
literally just gonna say, man, we're on point today, boy. Gang shit.
You too.
Where's the guttural part? You lied to me. You're a damn liar. The entire thing. I'm completely disillusioned.
Yeah, I don't understand what happened.
Pony. If it wasn't for Gia, I would disown you. Where was the guttural stuff? Where was it?
What was the timestamp of that? I just never...
Yeah, but I can't imagine being under that kind of pressure, man. To look a certain way, act a certain way. I don't know if these dudes are still, like, based in Korea. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because... And I don't know, like, what the fallout is for people like them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, what is, like, what when we were first looking at, and Revo really gets into the history of this show. Shout out to Revo. Happy birthday to him. It is now 12 a.m. His birthday's over with.
See you next year.
It's like the most epic failure of all time. It's like the worst birthday stream ever.
They're saying that according to ChatGPT, they are still based in South Korea. They continue to promote their music and engage with fans both domestically and internationally.
Yeah, see, Middle agrees with me. Liar to the people. And then Ben goes, there was one harsh vocal utterance. One harsh vocal utterance, he says.
What? And what was the timestamp, Ben?
I bet you anything Ben is really serious when he typed that shit, too. Like Doug. Shout out to Doug. We gonna see you real soon, baby.
Real soon.
Real soon. Okay. But, like, yeah, shout out to them for still being in South Korea.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't want to, like, exaggerate, but the way that Revo talks about it, like, in the beginning, like, some of these people were getting imprisoned, all type of shit, like, their music got destroyed, they had giant burning, you know, whatever of their stuff, so, like, that's no joke. Like, as Americans, we don't understand that. We understand, like, non-conformity songs, but, like, Americans are encouraged not to conform.
Yeah.
Like, even if we don't mean it, we're encouraged, like, be yourself, believe in yourself, man. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, we don't understand what it's like to where it's like, don't believe in yourself. Conform.
Do what we say.
Don't be like the American. And that's a big thing, like, outside of this country. It's like, stop trying to be like the American. That's a huge thing that people say, like, all the time in a bunch of different languages. Like, that's a thing. So, I don't think Americans understand what that's like. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do think that there's small pockets of that depending on what religion you're in. Like, there are certain religious environments that are sort of oppressive like that. You have to do a certain thing, you have to say a certain thing, you have to dress a certain way.
Agree.
You have to be a certain way.
Agreed.
Thank you so much.
Mashallah,
That's
tabaraka. Did you do this on invited?
No.
Oh.
I'm not mind reading.
I was going to attribute some supernatural moment, like, look at Johan. You know,
That was your wife.
Yeah. Well,
So.
Supernatural.
It's a woman that God gave me, so I guess there's that.
Thank
Mashallah.
you. Thank you, Johan.
Bye.
Love you,
Bye.
buddy.
Love you too.
All right.
What do you give this one? I'm going to have to dock some points because of the lie that I was told.
I'm offended.
About this guttural so-called...
Yeah. I can't believe you're putting that there. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to have to say... So Gia likes this song, huh? That's cute.
Right. Gia will save the rating.
Oh, you know what? Pony, did you send me that picture for us to put up on the screen?
Pony, send me the other link.
Because if it's fine for us to post the picture, we will. And here's... Okay, I'll send the other link. This is a second. Okay, so there's the picture of Gia, if she says that's fine to share. Maybe you could put it on the song for her next review.
Yeah, we'll hopefully that'll be Gia. You know, I was told that we were going to have some guttural K-pop, and so
Gia had
there was an entire vote, all the rest of it, you know.
Now comes the one I voted for.
Yeah, there was then, and me and Soraya, oh my God!
And look at the shirt she's wearing.
Huh?
Look at the shirt she's wearing.
That was the K-pop shirt. I thought it was going to be a sick because of your
Pony
secret
said
shirt.
Yes?
Oh, actually, no. Pony didn't already say yes. Erase that from your memory.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
okay,
can show her
of
picture.
course,
Okay.
of course.
Of course, you knew that. Of course, you would never do such a thing. It would be never a mistake, Doug.
So we out here doxing people, bro.
You are the one.
She doxed the fuck out of people back in the day, bro.
No, you're the one that did that.
No, I was not the one.
No,
it was you.
No,
it was
we're
you.
gonna ask him.
You know,
we're gonna ask him. You'll see. It was you. I could not believe. Listen, I know it was you because I came from a medical background, and you cannot talk about people like that.
Oh,
and
please. Oh, my God.
You doxed him.
Oh, God.
And I was like, what? Yeah. He said the man's name.
The medical background, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
HIPAA? You never heard of HIPAA?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Wow.
Ridiculous for you to bring up HIPAA in this situation.
Well, that's what was going on in my head when you blasted the man's name.
We are on YouTube, ma'am.
Okay, listen. That's what you did. What I did was I didn't realize that people's names on different platforms, they want to keep those separate.
She really didn't.
I had no idea. So I knew that somebody on our Patreon, I believe,
yeah,
was one name, and then I knew them in one of the meetings as another name, and then on YouTube as another name. And I mixed it up and, said one of the other names.
So buyer beware. Buyer beware. Okay, just letting you know right now.
You may or may not.
You may or may not.
When you jump on our Patreon.
Get your ass doxxed, boy.
No, but when you sign up, you don't have to use your real name. So hide that shit if you don't want me saying it.
Yeah, but I can find it.
He could. Scary. Okay.
Remember that time that dude was like fucking with your what's his face? And his mom was like, I don't know, cause I can't find him. And I found the dude in like 3 minutes, and I called him, and I was like, yo, remember that whole situation? Yeah. 3 minutes.
He finds people fast.
3 minutes. I found him in 3 minutes. I said, what's up? What's up, nigga? All right, guys, here we go.
It's facts. It's factual.
Just send me the other link, please.
You didn't receive it already?
No, I did not receive it already.
What's that right there?
I don't know. What is it? It's Gia.
Beneath Gia. That little play button.
Vin uploaded once a video of us creating labels for their formula with... No, you did not look crazy. No. Did she? I don't remember.
What happened?
It was when we were working on
the
design.
what did she... No, what did she say, though?
She said she had... she used the R word, which I don't know. I understand the Trump administration, but I don't know. I don't know if we could use it.
It disappeared for 10. I don't even remember that happening.
I don't know if I uploaded it. Yeah, I think I did. But that was so late, though. That was so late. Remember how late it was?
I don't remember.
We were working into the wee hours of the morning.
I don't remember.
Then we called up Germany, and they're like, you fucking moron. Who are you?
What I remember is that... It's so sad.
All right, let's go. Let's go with the timestamp, babe.
Yes.
Okay, timestamp. All right, guys, this is the last song of the day. The last song of the day, dear listener. Be there or be square. We will be back tomorrow because DJ Nick, hopefully DJ Nick shows up to his stream.
Oh man, it's so sad because he literally moved off today so Reva could have the day.
Wait, yeah, he did. He did. And
man, all for Revo to stand us all up.
Yeah. Hey, well, he's enjoyed himself.
Clearly.
Here, I'm friends with an ex-con. I want you guys to know that. Here you go. I gotta say though, I understand why this individual is.
Is that Dwayne?
Yeah, that's Dwayne's mugshot.
Actually, that's a pretty cool looking picture.
So Gia, little sis, if you ever see an individual like this, and they're listening to the Beatles, run for your mother life.
Run for your life.
Run! Get your gun. I know your mother has one.
Oh my
or
God,
a few. All right, guys, here we go. Yes, Rasputin is the name. All right, here we go. Last song of the night. This is Ateez-Halazia, and the lyrics are color-coded. Get the actual ones. Let's go with a timestamp. Let's go with 2:49:35. This is the band Ateez, and the name of the song is Halazia. Let's do it. I ain't gonna lie, I like beats like that. Because then I like transpose it on guitar, palm mute it, then you open it up. Then you get the rhythm guy to go. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, guys, going back to it, and we're off.
Oh no, 모든 것이 말라가네 yeah. We all try but we lose emotion 점점 밀어가며 익숙해져가 밤이 되어가네 묶여버린 자유 속에 내 안에 이 작은 fantasy Oh Halazia, Halazia, Halazia 듣고 싶어 난 사랑의 숨소리를 작은 파랑새야 속삭임이 들려오는구나 시작되는 깊은 울림 세상을 뒤집을 목소리 할랄랄랄랄라지야 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 살아있다는 게 뭔지 느낄 수 없어 난 이 순간에도 한없이 차가운 이 세상을 물들여 빛이 되어줘 제발 숨다운 숨을 쉬게 해줘 춤다운 춤을 추게 해줘 꿈다운 꿈을 꾸게 해주고 이 모든 감각을 느끼게 해줘 서로 성격 에로스 이렇게 영원하리 움직임 Who are you? It's just me, myself and now Who are you? 거울속 비춘 넌 누구인가 Who are you? 기대 안에 기대 이 길의 뒤에 시대와 미래 사이에 난 어디 있을까 듣고 싶어 난 사랑의 숨소리를 알고 싶어 난 이대로 괜찮은지 소리를 뜬 작은 파랑새야 속삭임이 들려오는구나 시작되는 깊은 울림 세상을 뒤집을 목소리 할랄랄랄랄라지야 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 살아있다는 게 뭔지 느낄 수 없어 난 이 순간에도 한없이 차가운 이 세상을 물들여 빛이 되어줘 숨겨외 가린 진실 피어나 저 위로 선명히 저 위로 우리 머리에 이토록 침묵했던 것인가 이건 누구 위한 어둠 속인가 한 가지 수험 들어주신 가연 빛을 주실 가차가운 절망 대신 뜨거운 열정을 느끼고 싶어 빛이 되어줘 흘러지야
Whoa!
Wow. I knew that was going to be the better of the two songs. I knew it.
Yeah,
I
that
called
was
it
the better, that
from her
was-
description.
That was the better song.
Yep. You got bogged down by one guttural
Yeah,
syllable.
I was lied to. I was lied to, and I will never believe again. I'll never believe again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write a song right after we get off this bitch. And, this thing, and it's going to be cool. What does Halazia mean for the last time? The entire song was Hala, Hala,
Yeah, but it
Hala,
kind of
Halazia.
sounded like a sort of like a prayer. Okay, so this is like the translation of the lyrics with keeping the repeated stuff off.
Did you send it to me?
I thought I did, but double check.
I've double checked.
You're looking
wait a
in
second.
Dwayne's messages.
I'm looking at Dwayne's
okay?
messages.
That's-
Shout out to the homie. Shout out to Uncle Dwayne.
Shout out to Uncle Dwayne.
I can't believe he still talks to me, considering what I did to his idol, John Lennon.
I know. Yeah, I know.
And
So
plus,
true.
especially when I talked about, like, you should see the comments are like, this fucking idiot, believes that he can have an interview with John Lennon. You can't have an interview with John Lennon. He's been dead for years. Apparently, he died before we were born.
Oh, no. Well, then how could we know?
How could we know that
Okay.
Mr. Lennon was dead before we were born?
Yeah, and you know what? The way that you guys all talk about him, it just
Look,
you
there's
kept
not.
him alive.
Listen, there's not one song that this man wrote that I like as much as this song. You know the other thing? I swore that I gave it like a 9 or something. I gave that song like a 1, bro.
Yeah, I knew it was bad. I didn't know. What did
I
you
gave
think you
Imagine
gave it?
a
You thought
1.
it was.
I thought I gave it like a 9 or something.
Oh no. I know it was bad.
I gave it a 1.
I know it was bad. Yeah.
I loved Halazia a lot more than I liked Imagine. Imagine, Mr. Lennon, that you could write a song like this. Maybe things would have turned out different.
Good night, Dwayne.
Too soon? I'm surprised you didn't have one of your trademark. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. I said maybe things would have turned out different.
I know. That's why I said good night, Dwayne. I figured he's gonna leave us now. after you said such things. Okay, so be the light for me, oh Halazia. Oh no, everything is drying up. We all try, but we lose emotion. Getting used to slowly fading. Numbness takes over. Trapped in what used to be freedom. Inside me, a small fantasy. I want to hear the breath of love. I want to know if I'm really okay like this. Like bluebird that lost its voice. I hear your whisper. A deep resonance begins. A voice that could turn the world upside down. What does it mean to be alive? I can't feel it even now. Color this endlessly cold world. Be the light for me, O Halazia.
I think the term Halazia is a made-up term of internal peace. That's pretty cool that they can make shit up. Keep going.
Please let me breathe like I'm truly alive. Dance like I'm free. Dream like I once could. Let me feel everything again. In this place where love was swallowed up, let waves rise. This movement will last forever. Who are you? Just me, myself, and I. Who's that in the mirror, caught between hopes, eras, and futures? Where do I stand? Truth hidden by fear rises clearly above. Why have we stayed silent this long? Who is the darkness really for? If granted one wish, would light be given? I want to feel burning passion instead of cold despair.
That is a really good question. Who is the darkness really for?
Mm-hmm.
That's a you know, like I'm assuming we're again talking about the oppressive environment in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me is like, do you guys talk about anything else? Like, is it that bad? Again, we don't know as Americans, but that's the question. Like, who's the darkness really for? One of the things I notice, like, if you go to different countries and they're very oppressive, the people who are oppressing, because the human spirit is so colorful and variegated, that you almost have to devote, if you're the one in power, you almost have to devote your entire life to making sure that the people are being controlled. Because look how difficult the human spirit is. I mean, about a year, not even a year ago, South Korea, almost had a coup. Remember, they showed up and like, dude had to change his mind, all type of shit. I think he actually left. I don't know what happened. But there was some sort of coup as we were doing a show. And it was like, I'm pretty sure it was a K-pop show. And so it was like, that was kind of weird. But it was like, if you see these government, I mean, obviously I'm thinking about Islamic governments and the ones that are taking Sharia seriously, or the Salafist form of Sharia, like they have to, like you have to dedicate so much time, energy, resources toward making sure that the people are following your whatever. So it's like, who does it serve then? Because you can't be happy, because then your entire life is about that, and there's a sense in which you can't be free.
Yeah.
Because you're controlled by the concept of control of these people.
Yeah. No, I mean.
You see what I'm saying? So like that question, who is the darkness really for, is a brilliant question. That's a deep question. It's lines like that an American would never be able to write. You just won't be able to write a line like that. Because like that takes years of introspection and struggle and pain and whatever. Keep going.
Well, I think it's interesting
God
because
serves Israel, man.
I
ain't saying nothing. Continue.
I think, like, obviously there's the side of it that they're using it for, what they're singing about, but I think that, like, for our channel, it fits because there's, like, there's a sort of darkness or soullessness that can almost make you feel numb, and, like, he says, he talks about, we talked about feeling. Hold on, Commando.
What does it mean to be alive? I can feel it even now. Color this endlessly cold world. Be the light for me, O Halazia.
I guess you can't command F inside of ChatGPT. Nah, I thought it said something where he was like, he couldn't. Numbness taking over, trapped in what used to be freedom. So there's like this numbness taking over, and I understand the concept of what they're saying, but like I said, like there's that sort of this place where love was swallowed up, waves rise. I think that numbness that takes over, that kind of starts making you'll hear people say like stuff doesn't feel real, and so when
you start to disassociate for real.
Yeah, and so when he says, "Who is this darkness really for?" Joe Rogan, I know jury's still out whether or not you guys like him or not.
I'm
but
very interested to see where this is going to go.
Joe Rogan was talking about, remember he was saying, like, what are these disembodied beings or aliens or whatever? Like, what is it that they want, you know?
Yeah.
And so, and I've always thought, again, this is going to go a little bit weird, but you know the little cartoon Monsters Incorporated, and like the way that they powered the city was through stealing the screams of children, and then they realized that actually laughter has more energy power than the screams. So that, but that idea, yeah, it was cute. It was, and once they got laughter down, then it became a whole like, let's make the kids laugh, and that's how we can power it. We don't have to terrify them or scare them anymore. But this concept that something is feeding off of that negativity, that darkness, that disassociation, that numbness, and then he keeps saying that prayer, you know, be the light for me, oh Halazia. You know, maybe it's hope, maybe it's peace, maybe it's, you know, whatever. Like, I understand in the context of what theirs, but from the context of our channel, like, I still feel like it fits. Like, and the way that they were singing it, it was pretty. It sounded like a prayer, a longing, a desire, and like a need, all in the same thing.
Well, Dwayne's got, in the context of K-pop group Ateez, Halazia is a combination of hala, potentially meaning black mass, or time puzzle in Sanskrit. I'm assuming it's black mass. And Zia, referring to the sun, or be the light, right? So black mass contrasted with being the light, and that's their reality. So Halazia is darkness going into light, is how I would interpret it.
Okay.
It doesn't say that like that, but that's how I would combine it. By the way, that Halazia, that's horrible, because that's going to be stuck in my head for like 14 weeks.
14 weeks.
You guys for that.
Yeah, look at this. Ah! Okay,
What?
so I had to a cry for, okay, here's what Halazia seems to represent. A cry for light into darkness. It's represented like a chant or a prayer asking for hope, guidance, and an awakening in a cold and emotionless world. A symbol for inner transformation. The song talks about numbness, silence, and being lost, and then rising up, finding love, passion, and truth again. A light bringer or savior. In the chorus, they say, be the light for me, O Halazia, if it is a divine or mythical being who brings back color, warmth, and life. So, I just, like that is like our channel, you know what I mean? Like, we love black. The neighbor, that nice little old man that lives next to us, he was like, how come you only wear black? How come every time I see you, you're black? And I was like, that's true. I live in the sunset.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see. Absolute horror. I cannot live. Halazia.
So, yeah. But yeah, I was just kind of like, interesting. Like, I like this song. I would listen to this one again. And I knew from Pony's description that I was going to like this one. And I obviously like the meaning. Obviously, I don't understand it in the way that they're saying it, but, you know, it's got our own meaning to it.
I like this song. This song was much better. This is 9.8. See? What happened? What do you give it?
9.8. I threw up my 8 fingers because
did you really? We're gonna at the same time. Yeah.
Before you said it.
Yes.
It's gonna be the same.
Come here. Give me wonderful. Halazia. You're my Halazia, inshallah.
And you're mine, and he's ours.
Yes. Wonderful.
All right,
Did you
guys.
really do it at the same time?
I did yes, because I knew you were about to say. You'll see.
Gang shit.
Play the tape back.
Rewind the tape. All right. Shout out to our homie Revo.
Happy birthday.
We love ya.
To pray for your safety. Hopefully.
Look, a 9.8 K-pop song. I am blocking Vid and Sorry. Listen, these kids, okay, they're in their 20s. They're going back to Sanskrit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Say what you want.
They're going back to ancient languages and religions and customs and philosophies and things of that nature to invent a word. That's depth to me. I don't know. I mean, you know, imagine there's no money or whatever.
I didn't say imagine there's no money.
I mean, says the fucking multimillionaire or whatever. Yeah. Imagine there's no money.
Did he say that?
don't touch any of my bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? He had all these things in Swiss bank accounts. Hey, I ain't mad at the homie.
Well, shout out to Gia. Happy birthday to you.
Shout out to Gia.
She turned 10.
Gia had one of the greatest moments of all time. Vinamad. Then they sent me we probably should do the whole mail thing again.
Yeah, it's true.
But Gia sent me a thing that was like, what was it? I had the meltdown because I had just got back from the other job. I had come back from the other job where everybody was like on 10 all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that I came down here to, work amongst the rabble. And I was like, let's underachieve. You remember that?
That's right.
Let's underachieve.
That's right. As if you remember saying that.
I completely melted down, and then Gia swooped in. We need to make a short of this. Gia swooped in. What's the timestamp here?
Didn't she draw like a little picture?
Yeah,
of
she
you?
drew a
You
picture
looked like
of me
a little
being
potato angry.
Yeah, I was an angry potato. And that stayed up for about, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years. And then when I had to deal with the rabble, I would look at the picture, and then I would hear Vinamad, and then I'd be like, okay, you fucking... And then I would...
Maybe it would help him calm down.
It would center me, so I didn't abuse the people that worked for me.
But, he didn't have the picture when, the Thanksgiving massacre occurred. So you see what happened.
Yeah, I went Gins.
We're gonna need another picture from Gia.
Archero, is that what they call it? The Thanksgiving massacre? Hey, Archero, hit me up, baby. Is it really that bad?
You should watch it again.
Was it really that bad? Oh, that's when everything went downhill too. Was Thanksgiving. After that, it was over with. So
that's why I think you should look back at it. Well, thanks for coming through, you guys, for this here birthday celebration.
All right, much love to all you beautiful people. Happy birthday, Revo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Revo.
We enjoyed the chicken.
We enjoyed the chicken very much. You made us buy chicken and beer and then didn't show up to our party.
You're gonna have to buy it the next time.
Yeah, seriously. You got all this like excess chicken now that my teenage son is just gonna guzzle in one bite. Happy birthday to you.
Well, you can do the other half for him.
That's a heart.
Bend your finger down.
Revo, we will reschedule.
Inshallah.
Because we love you, baby.
Yep.
We love you, Revo.
See you around, you guys.
Shout out to Middle Earth. Shout out to Pony. Shout out to
Amy for bringing that song
for bringing that song. We appreciate you guys. By the way, guys, when I do this, it means I love you. See, there's,
It's also what the kids do when they web me.
Yeah.
The 2-year-old, if I tell him no, he's like, I'm webbing.
He really believes it, so he's like, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, trying to web. I was like,
what? I say no to him.
It's what it is. You can't say no to him.
I'll catch him. He'll be like, oh, nigga.
Mm-hmm. One of these times it's going to work.
What happened?
One of these times it's going to work.
Yeah.
He still keeps trying it.
He's confused. He really is a bad person.
Yeah, I know.
He's just a bad person. No!
I bought them like these little scissors that like they're child safety ones. And I was like, okay, everybody, and I bought him specific ones because, he's little.
Yeah,
and I was like, do not, no, he won't murder himself. Are you kidding me? The minute he got those scissors, he got them in his hands, and he like did the thing, and then he turned around and looked at me, he goes like, cut you, die! I was like, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, he's a trouble person.
Give me those scissors right now.
And it's crazy because his older, Orion is like literally like Abel Golden Child. Like I've never seen a more golden child on the planet. Like he's so compliant, very polite, very grateful.
His downfall is he takes the video games all to himself for too long.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
That's his only flaw.
Yeah, it's his only flaw. But the other one, forget it. All right.
It's like,
all right, guys. Nobody
what?
told you to die.
Yes. And some they were playing that hot lava game. And that also put him on that same thing. He'd be like, I said no to him. He was like, hot lava. I was like, what?
We need to trade Seneca.
Terrible.
We need to trade Seneca out for Gia. I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Gia got around him, she'd want to keep him too. There's just something about his cute little face, but he's he's not supposed to go into the girls' room. He will see somebody. He will go in all he wants and steal whatever he wants to steal from there. But if he sees Johan go in there, he goes, "Hey, you're not supposed to go in there." I'm like,
Who
what?
said it?
Yes, he yelled at Johan about it. I'm like, okay, so he does know the rule.
Vin out.
Story out.
Gone.